Hello, people. This is me, the Detractor, and I'm back again with your favorite manga, Demon Rush. So, the new Akira Toriyama of Demon Rush's universe, Master Media, has apparently commented on my first video. So, I am blown away, first of all. I never thought, Master replying me, let alone commenting on my video. I don't care. I don't know. I'm not gonna say just, oh my god, this is the best manga in the fucking planet, in the face of the world. Nope, I'm not saying that. Yes, my views have gone up, my subscribers have gone up, but I'm still gonna be honest, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say what's there to be said. So, now I'm reviewing Episode 1 Destroyer Part 2, and before this review of Part 2, I just wanna tell you what has happened in Part 1. In the last part of the Part 1, it has happened that Rush was fighting Adriel at a full speed and full power, and Demon Rush's first form, which was his kind of, released the mark, and he released the mark, and then he got like this crazy and massive power up. So this first form of his went toe to toe. He went all out against Adriel, but Adriel kind of took over at the last minute. It's understandable because he's an archangel and he's one of the strongest among angels. So this copy from Bible idea is not too bad yet because I was interested to make this video. And so let's review chapter 2. So the first part of the chapter 2, I could see that he's pointing the source towards Rush, and Rush has something in his hand that is indeed like a shape of a candle. I do find this as the shape of a candle with something written over it in hieroglyphical words, and then something happens. Black aura. Is he? Uh, but I'm not sure. Is he biting it or is he, destroying? Yeah, he's destroying. I'm sure of it now, because it's shown here that he is, biting the candle, and the candle is not. He's actually not biting the candle. He's just grabbing it in the fist so hard that it's broken, and dark aura is surrounding him. And he's like this, surrounded by this dark ball as the swords are coming towards him. And the swords came towards him and, destroyed the dark ball. And, glowing light was there, everything. And then Adriel says, and he kind of, teleports here and it says, one of the Raphalian's art crafts. So is this Raphalian the angel Raphael? His art craft or something? We don't know. I'm not sure because I don't know the history about this. This is pretty damn new to me, and the story is being told in a way that we're facing something that has not been explained to us prior. So, yes, Raphael could be the Archangel Raphael, and let's see what happens. No matter, then he goes along to say, no matter, it ends regardless. He's grasping and he's again pointing towards Rush. He's pointing his swords towards Rush. So in this, he can point his swords with his hand, and this plus-shaped sword is, rushing towards Rush, and Rush is dodging them effortlessly, or is he putting on the effort? And I do believe as he's grasping and he's huffing and puffing, I do believe he's putting on the effort. So yeah, he's dodging everything, and then suddenly he does something, and he gets this boost in power. This art. Well, let's talk about this art over here. This art is first of all cool. I do find it kind of defectable with the fingers, and yeah, the fingers are okay, but there could have been a better position of the fingers, like the claw or something, or the open hand, palm. It would have been much more better. But this is pretty dope and badass at the same time. The the sword of the demon rush is bent towards his face, and kind of lightning, dark lightning, is being surged from it. So is it kind of like a fire, mega cannon blast or something of that? And as I said, it came true. It's a kind of blast and fire, Kamehameha, and he fired towards the archangel Adriel. And Adriel kind of effortlessly extends his arm and, like, Hakai, eliminate, as he neutralized, as Beerus neutralized Dragon Ball Z Goku's Kamehameha. He just neutralized it, and positioned his arm, you know, in a kind of a ritualistic fashion. I don't know what this is, and says in three. What is this? INTR inter I don't know what the fuck this is. This is hard for me to spell because I'm not full English. I kind of know English, but I'm not from anywhere near English countries. The countries which have their main language in English. So I'm bad at English. I'm bad at spelling and everything. So as he's doing this ritualistic thing, the swords are being pointed towards the source of power, and then the swords are being focused back towards Rush. And look at Rush's face here. He's like, "Uh oh, I'm gone. Finished. This is too much power for me." And it's rushing towards Rush, and then this boom happening. So this kind of reminds me of the time where from the manga or the anime of One Punch Man, where Saitama was fighting Genos, and Genos was like, "Master, you have to use your full potential against me." So yeah, this kind of reminds me of the Shoguk, as Master Media most often says, Shoguk, because I do believe that he loves Genos. And oh, by the way, Shoguk means incinerate. Shoguk. Master Media is kind of copying. I don't know. He's kind of copying. I'm finding similarities, man. I'm just saying an unbiased opinion, and I'm trying to be a critic right now. So, and then this beautiful. Okay, let's pause and talk about this scenario. This is, to me, to my artistic eye. I'm not an artist, by the way. Sorry, not an artistic eye. I'm just from a viewer point of view, as I read a lot of mangas. This panel here is realistic to the bone, if you ask me. The artist of this manga did a so good job. Look at the shading. Look at the shading of the planet. 3D. If you go to out of surface, out in space, you'll see the Earth actually like this. Look at the detail. Look at the work being done. Hats off to Pedro. No credit to Master whatsoever. Hats off to Pedro, the artist. Huge shout outs for this drawing. And by the way, this kind of reminds me of some similarities of, back-to-back similarities here, I think. Because when Vegeta against Cell, when he fired his first Final Flash, angry and everything, and Trunks was like, "Dad, you'll destroy the whole planet." And he, like, fires the blast, actually, and that kind of, grazes the earth, but goes in outer space and blows up everything. This kind of reminds me of that. Okay.
No, don't fire at the surface, Father! You'll destroy us all. Move, Trunks, get to cover! Final Flash!
But following this art and with this one is not that cool to me, because this is the 10 on 10 art that you expect from Yusuke Murata, and this is not. This is a child smoke and everything. This is not that good, to be honest. He could have done better with the smokes and the shadings. I do believe that. So, yep. Let's hope this is his first time drawing. So let's go a bit easy on the kid. So and Adriel says, "What kind of fool would challenge the angel of destruction?" And then a cough. Now, demons are more brash every millennia. Then a cough, and he turns around, and we see this blown up, bruised and battle damaged body of Rush. He's out cold, but I do believe that after that humongous and full powered attack, he's still standing. This says a lot about Rush and how strong demonic side actually is. So somebody, uh, as something happened in a snap, something comes from inside or outside. It's not that clear. I do believe it's from the outside. Everything turns dark again. Remember the first time he turned into his first demon form, he was turning, black, and there is a voice. So this is the same time when devil. I do believe that this is when the devil is again trying to talk to him. So he says, "Let me take over for you, brothered one," and this happens, and we see black clouds everywhere. So the demon power is taking over Rush's body, and this is what devilry is this. And then we can see again surrounded. He's puking smoke, and smoke is coming from his mouth and eye and surrounding him, and Adriel is just standing there, and we see a ball created, and then a ball kind of cracks, and Adriel points his arm, and the swords are coming towards that, like we have seen before, and that thing breaks, and we see this 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 beautiful panel of art where, look at this freaking form, dude. This is out of this world. Okay, I just can't believe this. Okay, so first of all, it reminds me of the Black Clover's form, where that guy, used to have the same similarities between the
それでこそ人間だ。少し話を聞きたかったが、何者かな、ルチフェロ。奴ではなさそうだ。やれやれ。
kind of looks like Goro's form from the fan animation that Master Media has covered. I've seen that, but this is cool. No criticize this art and this form. Yeah, I personally like forms like this rather than steel body armors and everything. I do believe the demonic form fits this one rather than the all the suits and metal and everything. So this is damn cool. This form, he doesn't. We see his round eyes with horns and flames everywhere. So what the fuck, dude? And then he screams at the fucking sword, and we see, black things. What is happening here? Is the black power melting the swords? Oh my god. The black power is melting the swords. As he screamed, black flower, blasts are happening, and the black energy is melting the swords, and the swords are gone. The swords are gone. Oh my god, he dissolved the swords with his power. That is how crazy he is. And now he's saying, oh, the swords of destruction. Oh my god, he's crazy strong. Against an archangel, he's even crazy strong. So there you can see a pentagon and his pointed tail, and he's saying something, and then from the pentagon itself, we see something coming out. But I'm not sure. First, it turns out to be the trident. And this trident kind of reminds me of Lord Shiva's trident from the Hindu god Lord Shiva. You can search his name. You'll find on the internet or out somewhere. Put the similarities between this trident and the trident of Lord Shiva. We don't necessarily have a problem with it, but this is the back end. On the first glance, you can see Like this is his full, sword and weapon and everything. But then you kind of see that trident is kind of the back end of the full sword. So, and this sword, I like the sword. I like the shading. I like everything, the black, and I'm a big fan of shading. Great shading. I just fucking love it. This is why I love Asuke Murata over Akira Toriyama and Toyotaro's art. So then again, he pulls the black sword out. So it's like, you don't have a sword. I have a sword now. Let's see what happens. And he kind of, the that blade is, and his eye kind of glims, and he must be stopped. And his hand posture is changing. So we could see that his hand posture changes, and different power kind of comes out. So as the new demonic form of Rush is the new demonic form is rushing towards Adriel. Adriel's hand postures change, and he kind of tries something. It says Omnipotence Ferrum, and he's trying a blast, and Rush, the demonic Rush is rushing towards him, and you can see a great fist coming down and everything. But I, this black, you know, lines symbolize that the demonic Rush has gone and cut and scraped all his body, and yeah, it's destroyed. It's being destroyed. So this splash is pretty awesome and pretty neat. This whole panel is badass. He's just standing there, and he's broken his armor, taken off everything. He's just talking and everything, and he has jumped up and like a demon. So he could have just used his one arm and pulled this up, but I love the whole scenario here, how he acts like a demon and grabs by both of sides. And this looks like a demonic or a beast, or something that a beast will do, and pulls off his hat. And so here we come to this panel, and in this panel I have some confusions. Is this the blowing armor and in the hands of the Devil King? Could this be the Devil King? And but this face kind of reminds me of Susanoo, of Sasuke's. Susanoo Viking kind of had the pointed nose and everything. This kind of reminded me of that. And then it says Lucifer, and but I'm not sure. Is this is this showing that the devil Lucifer himself is controlling Rush to destroy, and the Rush, how he's destroying the godly, the angelic armor himself? We have to find out. We have to find out in later panels here. So this is a cool art, to be honest. Let's talk about the art. The whole metallic thing could be easily shown, pointed. Over and all, I must say that Master has chose a pretty good artist here, and yeah. Then something says Lucifer, and he pulls the head off, and we could see the blast completing. And I have to talk about this shading. This is another badass shading. This is the kind of shading we want from Master Media to show us. And so someone wakes up, and something happens, and this feeling is so. This is another guy. Is this Soren, by the way? I don't know. Is this Soren? Is this someone else? We don't know. And he's like Rush, and then again he says Rush, and something happens, and he's this new demonic Rush, and his face looks scary here. That's a good drawing of a face. Beautiful drawing of a face, and he's sucking all the power, all the good energy that has been released from the blast. And somebody is again, unleashing, what's happening here? It's kind of confusing. And as he's eating the power, he's back to his humanoid form, and he's taking all this power, and he's kind of bulking up. And he says, "What a massive amount of Imperium, Imperium." So is Imperium the new key, or the is okay? Is Emporium the new means key or something? I don't know. I do have to do the research for this one. And then we see a wing and a hair coming out of it, and I think this is Adriel's humanoid form, and this is where the manga comes to an end. Now, I do believe the shading on this part particular could have been better. It kind of looks, not that much clear, and as he has realistified the demon part and every part, I do believe that he could have realistified this part as well, because this part is also important to understand the differences between faces and everything, and the art here, I think this kind of reminds me of Flashy Flash from One Punch Man, and though he has the wings and everything and the plus, but it kind of reminds me, man. I can't help it. So stay tuned. If you want to like the video. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe to the channel. I'm not a regular uploader. I'm not feeding off from YouTube. I'm doing this for fun and everything. So if you want to stick out, if you if you subscribe, and the third part will be coming pretty soon. So if you like my criticism and how I talk, how I find similarities, you can stay around. You can stay around and obviously support the channel. And if you, I do encourage you to check this manga yourself, and because the guy is working pretty hard on his own fucking thing. If you want, you can check it out. I'll probably link it down below. And thanks, everyone.